The revolution's begun. The time to stand up has come. We are the rocking of the throne. We are the rocking of the throne.
Hi, my name is Victor Tiffany. I'm the founder of Revolt Against Plutocracy and a committee member. And today I'm talking with Araquel Bloss, the executive director and founder of Progressive Independent Party. Araquel, thanks for joining me.
Hi, Victor. Thanks so much for having me.
Sure, my pleasure. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Let's start out with a simple question. Why did you start the Progressive Independent Party?
Well, I'd say Bernie had lost a Super Tuesday in the primary, and I think all of us were kind of shocked at that time. And it probably never occurred to me at that time or before that time, that he might lose. And it worried me, because we had built this beautiful movement, social media web, our sites, and we were able to pass along true information, real-time polling information and stuff like that. So, I was just really worried, like, where would we go if Bernie lost? So I wrote a petition asking Bernie Sanders, Dr. Jill Stein, Progressive Dems of America, and the Democratic Socialists of America to come together in one Progressive Independent Party, as opposed to the Progressive Democrats. And it actually took off, and some articles went viral, and I was on the radio very shortly thereafter in a progressive radio talk show in Phoenix. And so I think it was just the right idea at the right time. And so we launched it. So we've been doing this for over a year now, about a year and 3 months.
Yeah, I saw you on your panel discussion at the Left Forum in New York, and you described PIP as a coalition. So who or what groups so far have joined the coalition formally?
Well, right now, that is the difficult part. Our concept of having a coalition-based party has never been done in this country before, where everyone can keep their own identity, whether you're green or socialist alternative or socialist or progressive independent, and keep your own identity, but we come under an umbrella, under shared values, to fight the duopoly, basically. And that is the hard part, is the coalition building, which takes time. It takes relationship building. And so I was the co-founder of Occupy Inauguration, and built a lot of relationships through that action, which was a 3-day event in Washington, D.C. in January, of course, around the inauguration. And we began to build relationships. And that was a coalition where we had to work through things like, can we do this action together, even though, we don't share exactly the same values? Some were anti-Hillary, some were anti-Trump, some wanted the message this way and that way. So it was a very good exercise for me to learn how to compromise, and for all of us to learn to come together and just keep working. So I think the success of Occupy Inauguration was not the size of the event. I think the success was the scope and the broad range of guest speakers, participants, and groups that endorsed, and also who was on the steering committee, and the relationships we built. Now, PIP, on Sunday of inauguration, we held our first Unity Summit, and I'm still kind of surprised we pulled it off. We don't have any money, and we pulled it off with some luck and some friends, but we had, it was small. It was kind of an invite only because it was a small space, which was kind of expensive in DC. And we had Nick Brana there of Draft Bernie. They hadn't launched yet. We had Ralph Nader, Dr. Jill Stein, Jonathan Martin, who's an author. We had representatives from Socialist Alternative, representatives from the indigenous community, from No DAPL. We had Lee Camp, we had documentary crew, Real News Network there. It really turned out to be a fantastic example that I had hoped it would be. We didn't feature ourselves, we featured the voices of others, and I hope we showed the country a little bit of hope during inauguration that we can in fact come together. And we just saw, yeah, go ahead.
So you're the executive director of this. Do you have a brain trust? Is this a committee? Is this a council? Do you have meetings or anything like that?
Yeah, we have like an administrative team, and we've gone through a lot of changes over the last year. So many changes. It's very difficult to develop a national organization of the scale we need it to be. So yeah, we do have we have administrative team, we have regions, we have regional managers, and we just continue to grow. But the most important thing that we do is come together and get our voices out there that we believe what we need to do, we can only do together. It sounds simple, but on the progressive left or on the left, it's really complicated to bring people together.
Well, that actually leads to my next question, which is what you just said. What we need to do, we can do together, which is almost a slogan, and that's where I was sort of wanting to go next. Is if you've thrown around some ideas about, you know, the way Occupy Wall Street was able to garner so much support and recognition was some of their powerful slogans. We are the 99%. And I'm just wondering if you've come up or considered coming up with something that will garner stronger support and recognition of your coalition party.
Yeah, we've come up with a couple things over time. First, we said we are here, and then as we went forward, it's been interesting because simple things like the logo or the mascot was like very adversarial. Like everybody has an opinion on the logo and things like that. But we did end up agreeing on the pandow, and the pandow is the oldest tree on the planet. It's 80,000 years old, goes right up to the beginning of trees. And it's also the largest living organism on this planet. And it's in Utah. And the beauty of it is that it looks like a forest, but the roots all come from one male DNA specimen. And it's appropriate because we all kind of come from Bernie. And so out of many, we are one. That is our slogan.
And do you think you might be working on others, things that might garner you more recognition and support in the months ahead?
Well, yes, we're redesigning our website. We're getting brochures out. I mean, it's this constant battle between the activism we do, because we also had the anti-war coalition that we put together for some pop-up activism, and now we're starting to plan the next Unity Summit, which is going to be, an amazing an event. So
when is that? Do you have that scheduled yet?
Yeah, it's going to be August 18th through the 20th in Seattle.
All right, so I can put a link to a website or any page you have listing that maybe people can sign up for it.
Yeah, it's you can find. Well, we're going to launch it probably Monday. We have the date and the town, but our partners in it are yet to be solidified. But I can tell you'll be the first to know on the web that we are actually hosting the Draft Bernie Town Hall at the PIP Summit. And that's going to be a huge deal. We're very excited.
Well, exclusive story. You heard it here first.
You got it. And
right.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to share your live stream with my people so they can help us get some reach. So, sorry.
Well,
I was distracted there.
That's basically all I wanted to cover today. If you have anything else you'd like to share, you can go ahead, and then we'll say goodbye.
Sure. Let's see. You can go to progressiveindependentparty.org. Like I said, we are going to be hosting the Draft Bernie Town Hall in Seattle at our summit. We also, I know that Josh Fox is allowing us to preview one of his movies there, and he's going to Skype in. I know David Cobb will be there. We've gotten probably Shama Sawant will be there. Chris Hedges thinks he's going to be there. So it's going to be an amazing time. And if you have heard any of the discourse about the People Summit, and how people didn't feel included, then please try to come to Seattle, or we'll probably have house watching parties, a lot like the Bernie campaign did, to see some of those things. So please join us, and where everyone's going to be included, and we're going to lift up a lot of voices.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thanks for your time, and hopefully, if things go right, I'll see you in Seattle.
Absolutely. Thanks, Victor.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
RAP didn't become political revolutionaries because of Bernie Sanders. RAP originated the Bernie or Bust pledge because we're political revolutionaries. We are building a leverage movement to demand the next president of the United States is a genuine progressive. Please go to our website and sign up to join us today.